Some sounds coming there from Kurt Hardy. And the title of the song is I'd Rather Have Jesus. I'd Rather Have Jesus. Reminding me of Kirk Franklin's one that says, I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. And this one also says, I'd rather have Jesus. Now, I wonder with the topic that we have today, if we'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold alone. Is that enough? For some of us, we want Jesus. But I'm looking at Sister Sorenso. and when I'm in church, I go to church hoping to see at least that Lulanyana, so in the brother Lul. And it's such an honor to be talking to Reverend Archibald Malungwane and Reverend Ernest Kgwadi to dissect today's topic. Are you looking for the right one? Are you looking forward to getting married and checking who is the right partner for you? So we are right on that. And you can talk to us. The lines are open on 012-334-1322. Anytime you can stop us and talk to us. We'd like to hear from you. Our WhatsApp line 082-657-2729 and our SMS line 37871. Just make sure that you have 150 for your SMS 37871. So where do we begin when we are looking for a partner? Let me start by saying, is there anything like a right partner? Like a right partner? Because we are like, no, you're with the wrong partner. You need to get the right one. Yeah, I married wrong. I was not supposed to marry that. It was wrong. Now I'm looking for a right partner. Is there anything like right and wrong partner?
I think personal, to be honest.
Yes, sir.
That the partner to be right. It's when we have met and we have seen each other, we're able to talk to each other. Mm. But what makes the partner right is what you both of you engage into this thing to understand one another. Mm. But frankly, one cannot say there's a right partner for a certain somebody because it's a matter
am I not
of
created for someone?
Yeah, there's no person who was created for individual. That's why there are women and men. There are young men and young ladies. Mm. So it's by a school, but it is up to you. Who do you pick? The one
so you pick, have the right.
Yes, okay. You have a right to pick. And whom you pick, you need to work out this person to be right.
Okay,
but then if we could stand firm and say there's a right person for another person, personally I disagree with that because I know that it's a moment task to get someone that will really complement you. It's something that you work it out with time.
Yeah.
But Nkulunkulu has opened a ground which it's you who need to make the decision to say, I'll walk with this person. He'll be my companion. That's why the Bible doesn't speak about the right person. It speaks about companionship, which is very important because a companionship is something that you work at. Mm-hmm. From this person, from different background and from different kind of what you call social life. So when you meet there, this is where then you can work to make this thing right. Mm-hmm. But according to God, there's more companionship than a person right for another person.
Companionship, that's where everything comes out.
Yes.
Yeah. That's so true. And I want to believe, Sibongile, the right person, it is the definitions that which we create ourselves to say this according to the criteria that I myself have set. This should be the right person. Now, the right person, it is in accordance with, the list that which you have set, and you have to check according to that list to say,
a list of traits.
Exactly, of traits. And you check that list, you say, this one qualifies, he has this trait, and so on. Now, that understanding, it is an understanding that which you created yourself. But Moruti Malungwane is correct to say, at the end of the day, you have to look at, a number of people and pick.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you pick in accordance
to your heart?
To your heart. Okay. You pick in accordance with what you have created. You pick in accordance to what you love, what do you desire. You pick in accordance to your personality as well, to say the personality of the other person, does it, complement my personality. Now, that is the understanding when we talk about the right person. And I would say, as we are in this journey of choosing the life partner, let us know the principles in accordance to what God is saying.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember, in the book of Ezra, if you study chapter 9 and chapter 10, Sibongile, these two chapters, they really say a lot. God is actually, Ezra, in chapter 10, is coming before the Lord with a repenting heart. And someone comes and approaches Ezra, who is sad and crying at that time. And he says, take a decision. And Ezra's, point and, the sadness was based on the choices of the people of Israel having to marry people who were not in line with, God's will. Now, that's why I'm saying, if we are having, we have to choose a life partner or somebody that which I want to spend time. Let us check what is, the will of God, because there is a criteria according to the Bible, where the Bible tells us to say, darkness and the light.
That's number one.
That's number one.
Okay.
Yes. If you are a son of God or a child of God, you cannot be choosing somebody who, does not hold the same faith, the same belief, because at the end of the day, he is going to lead you astray, or she's going to lead you astray. And this was a problem during the time of Ezra, and he was praying, being so sad, and he was coming before the throne of God and praying as well for the people of Israel. And he was saying, we are repenting for being unfaithful, for taking wives of foreign nationals. Now, foreign nationals in the context, it is not necessarily,
People who,
exactly, but it is in line with the belief, the faith, having to believe in God.
Sure.
Yeah.
You remind me of one of the shows that's on television now. I think everybody on Sunday, they are glued there. And these and they're matched made. So there's this one who's match made, and he believes in the word. You do this according to the word says. And the woman is like, yo, please. yo.
Awungiyeke ngoJesu.
And then the woman also says, I think he wants to lead this family through the scriptures. I can't. Yeah. Already there.
Yeah.
Unequally yoked.
Unequally yoked.
Unequally
Yes.
yoked, because it's so important. And one other thing that really deceives people is to look at the body features without really knowing the person from the reality of who the person is. That is why even we, the born agains, even though we marry within ourselves, but you need to know that there's a person within this body. It's not just the features. That Sibongile is beautiful. I'm choosing her from part of the
Tall,
beauty of
dark,
the body.
and handsome.
Do you get what I'm saying? And because when you get in there deep now, when we are together, now you realize there's a person in Sibongile behind this body that you are seeing. And this is where then people would say those same words, but that is the wrong person. That's where the problem is. Because
waited and took out the true colors.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
He or she thinks what he sees in the body,
It's all
that is. And he expects that to be the perfect person even in the inside, and which is not true. You need to discover this person, which he's a person, he can reason, he can argue. You need to know all those things, because from the Christian point of view, with my experience, people think when they get there, they are perfect, and they discover inside that,
one other thing, when people get in there, they expect prayer right through.
Oh, yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
You get in the
They
house.
are always in the spirit, But now there is reality.
Yes.
There is reality. Choosing a life partner is one of the most spiritually, emotionally, and practically significant decisions a person can make.
Okay.
And we normally say, Sibongile, look at a person who is spiritually aligned, with you.
Okay. Because you can be in the same church, but still not.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you can be in the same church, you can be attending the same home cell and so on, prayer meetings, but you find that you are really far apart. Another thing, Muruti Malungwane will assist on this one. The background in terms of cultural, upbringing, also contributes. I've seen marriages breaking, because of lack of understanding in terms of the cultural setting, in terms of the upbringing culturally and so on. I'm married to this man. He comes from this nationality and I come from this. And that's where now another aspect of the premarital counseling as well comes in, because if you come from this background and I come from this background and we are not, we never had time to be seated down and spoken into and being advised and so on, that creates a lot of problems, because I come with my own expectation, my own upbringing to say this is how I was groomed. And remember, my partner or my prospective wife is coming from a totally different background, and that also brings so much problems. Now,
Sure.
culture as well brings some challenges when it has to come to choosing a life partner. Now, make or do your homework properly. If you want to marry in this particular culture, it is not wrong, but make sure that you understand certain dynamics and make sure that you are willing to compromise, And once you say you compromise, you must compromise even to certain things that which you never thought you would really submit to.
And which is what the word says we should avoid.
We should
run away
avoid.
from.
Yes.
Exactly.
Very important. So, looking for a partner, really, as he says, it should go again prayerfully. So, you need to know what you want to commit yourself into.
Right.
And I think what Pastor Kgwadi has said is very important to be saying, find someone at least who knows the Lord, because you are in the same thing. And I think when you speak about culture, it's very important too. Remember where we come from, our background. There was a moment where, because people were preventing this thing of holiness, you find that they choose someone for you. And then that someone you don't know. You only meet that person on the wedding day. And this is where then the problem comes. Because these people have never shared their backgrounds. They don't know each other that well. And there was a moment where there was this culture, even if when you see the sister, there must be a third person. So you can't talk. There's no openness in discovering one another. And then when you get married, when you are
find the
inside
person
there,
you were talking about.
then the person now comes out. And you don't know the person doesn't know you. And this is where then, Sister Sibongile, indaba holiness becomes something else. Now these people, because they misplaced or they misunderstood holiness, because of the misunderstanding of the holiness, even if they are married now, it becomes a problem. Because even when they are there, they are supposed to unclothe, they must switch off the lights. Because they were never guided very well. When they are married, it's a man and a wife, and they need to be transparent to one another. So that was the culture then.
Sure.
But then we thank God that with time, as we were learning, we realized that it shouldn't be like that. People should have an access to one another so that they may know where they come from. And then as they meet and talk, then they can get advices. Then this is where premarital counseling can come in. But another one thing that is very important.
Yes, sir.
It is very important again, that people should know even where they come from. They must visit each other's homes and get some little background. Because if you don't visit that family, the lady doesn't know your family, it's a it's a red flag according to me. These people, to discover some of the things, they must visit your home. visit each other's homes and get that little
The
bit,
idea.
the idea
Yeah.
of what a person am I marrying to.
The kind of family.
The kind of family,
Yeah, they're
because
coming from.
when the guys I sent to pay lobola for my wife, they said the house is clean, but they were skeptical to say it's clean because Kishwa Malobol.
Yo.
We don't know this lady. Whether the cleanliness we find there,
Yo,
it's
okay.
her who really cleaned the house. But if you know from personal point of view before lobola,
You know.
you know what you have chosen. You know what you're talking about. So it's so important that in this area of choosing a partner, you need to go there steady, but very, very steady, because there's a song which was sang by Percy Sledge to say, take time
To know
her.
Yeah, and the late somebody did it into Sesotho nka nako o mo tseba.
Yes, that's so true. Now, Sibongile, Amos chapter 3, is it verse number 3? Yeah, it says, can two
Walk together.
walk together
Yes.
unless they agreed? Now, you see that question there. It's a very, very deep question, because if you are willing to walk with somebody else, you really need to do your homework. You must do your homework. Muruti Malungwane also spoke about prayer to say, we shouldn't leave prayer aside. We really need to engage God. But now, God speaks as well, and God is able to direct, and God is still able to warn you to
Okay.
say, do not go that direction. But at times, because we look at the outward appearance, and he touched on it. I mean, he spoke about, the outward beauty and so on. It's not only about the outward beauty. It's not only about, the material achievements. It's not only about, it is also about the spiritual alignment, understanding the relationship with God. Once we understand the relation, you marry someone who fears God, you will never make a mistake. I'm telling you.
But how do you make sure that you're not only marrying someone who just fears the Lord? Sorry. We fear the Lord. Even if we engage. So even if we engage in marriage, we have to go fasting and prayer because, we fear. How do you make sure?
Yeah, I think from what he said and what I said earlier on, praying is very important.
Yeah.
And two, you can detect this person whether she or he is prayerful. And one other thing very important, if you are born again, each time when we talk, you will sense when a person shares from the Word of God. Because a person who's grown up spiritual, each time you meet, they share from the Word of God. Everything in the topic, as you continue to discuss,
You
God
hear
always
it comes
comes into
up.
the picture.
It come up.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
come up time and again. It comes up, because if it doesn't come up, then it's a problem. For instance, here is a joke. This young man, he was sitting in the church. This lady was in worship, and she was singing so beautiful. And this guy seemingly was attracted by the singing of this lady, and then he married the lady. But at night, when the lady was snoring, they
Wake
said
up,
she
sing.
shake as a sing. Wake up and sing.
Sing.
So it's very important to understand that this person that you see singing there, one of the good days, she'll be snoring.
Yeah.
So you need to prepare yourself very well, because making sure is what I'm saying right now, that the two people, you can sense each other even from the spiritual point of view as you discuss. You can sense one another.
It's just like Mfundi say, those who are just attracted to the pastors because they preach, they look good in their suits.
Yeah.
So you close everything out that this is a human being. Yeah. So he shouldn't even do any mistakes.
Yeah. Actually, when I said do your homework well,
Yes.
this is exactly what I'm referring to. To say at times people are attracted by the outward appearances, but they fail to do their homework. If you look and you are attracted by the singing and the beauty, there is some mannerisms behind what you are seeing. There are habits behind, there is a behavior behind the singing, behind the beauty, behind.
Who is this person?
Who is this person
Okay.
actually? When you are angry, how do you behave? You break dishes.
How do you take care of other people
How
outside?
do you exactly?
Yeah.
In terms, the Bible also does talk about the fruit of the Spirit. Galatians chapter 5, verse number 22, it says the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, patience. Do you see patience?
Gentleness.
Gentleness there.
Kindness.
Exactly. These are some of the things that when you do your homework, Sibongile, you need to look into that as well.
So, okay, let me come to this question before we go on the news break. We've been taught as we were growing up to write a list and tell the Lord. Right on the very same show that I'm talking about, there's a lady who's struggling because tall, dark, and handsome. And now who came? He's not as tall, not dark. I remember when the family came in and they said, "Yo, we see a light-skinned guy. We have a problem."
Yeah.
Because she doesn't want a light-skinned guy. And now they are married now. And now the problem is that, no, I'm struggling to even love him because he's not tall, he's not dark, he's not handsome the way she wants him to be. Yeah. So the list that we were told, they told us, tell the Lord the height,
exactly
the complexion, yes, the car, if he's driving or if he has to drive or not, where he's staying, the kind of work. So these were the things. And then, okay, spiritual, So are you saying no to the list?
No, actually, let me be honest with you. During our days, that was what was happening during our days.
Yeah.
And it has deceived many, and it has destroyed many.
Because now you have the tall dark, but the inner person is
the
not
inner
tall
person
dark
is
and
something
handsome.
different.
Okay.
Because it's a wrong concept to do that. Personally, I see it as a wrong concept. That is why even today, for people to find partners, it's a problem. Because they focus on an outward beauty, as Ernest Kgwadi said.
And what they have.
Yeah, and what they have, which is a wrong concept altogether. That is why when you pick up a person, one of the most important thing, please find out the person himself, the character. What kind of a person is he?
Hey,
Work on
but some containers.
Because if you work only on the outside,
yes,
you are deceiving yourself. So look at the person inside the container, and by God's grace, find that person.
Okay.
For instance, an example, especially because it's very hard from the point of view of you ladies.
Yes.
It's easy for guys, even if when they fumble. But from your point as ladies, it's a huge challenge. Because in those years, the pastor told us a story that one of the sisters decided to say, no, I want to get married. And she decided to take her collar up. And she said, if I go out, if the brother can take my collar up. And so one of the brothers from that she didn't expect came and do the call. And she said, no, God, no.
Not this one.
Not this one. You see, because you can't go into a relationship truly. I think Kgwadi will go deep on that from point of view of your own rational facts from the mind. That is why God must be involved at the end of the day, so that in turn you don't just go there from point of view yobuntu bakho nje kuphela. You need the guidance of God, whether the person from the beauty point of it or not, but find a person that really will make a wife or a husband.
You may miss some blessings because of the container that you're looking at. Because you don't want the overalls. Like any overall.
But
oily hands.
On the other hand, Sibongile, maybe let us be realistic. Mm-hmm. Is it possible to get a person featured in all the trades and
that you wrote
down? Is it
that
really
perfect person?
That perfect person? Is it really possible? most cases, Sibongile, it's not, because we are human beings. You know, I can be tall but not dark. And you find that spiritually I'm rich. I have all the characteristics that are required to enter in this union. I have patience. You know, most of the people today, they are struggling to endure with one another, you know. So at times, we may miss the mark because of the list that I drew
Eish.
myself. And I say, if I don't
Get this.
this, then this person is not the rightful person. Only to find that the person is the rightful person. But because of what I think and what I was taught to say, you must write down and ask God to give you exactly, you know, you may miss something.
Big time.
And I believe there are many people who have missed the opportunity to be in the union because of certain things that which were written somewhere, and they believed to say the Lord
And
is
that
going.
didn't exist
and
in that person.
That
So
didn't exist, you know. So we really need to look into that. Another factor that is very much important: let us not shy away for a wise counsel. You know, we need to invite trusted mentors. We need to invite trusted, you know,
plug in. Feel the pulse on Heart to Heart with Sibongile Mofokeng on Radio Pulpit.
The search continues for top quality South African Christian music. If you are a new artist or releasing a new CD, then send it to Radio Pulpit. For more information, please visit the Radio Pulpit website. That's www.radiopulpit.co.za. Or phone us during office hours 012 334 1200. Radio Pulpit, your daily companion.
Ulwazi oluthe vetshe, impilo engcono, nothando oluthe gabalala. Radio Pulpit 657 AM. Umhlobo wakho wemihla ngemihla.
Uthando oluthe gabalala, and we are Heart to Heart. Sinothando oluthe gabalala as Radio Pulpit, your daily companion. Give you the sounds of Musayende Umelusi, the shepherd, our shepherd, who is the Lord Jesus Christ. And the time is exactly 11 minutes, just after 1. You're listening to Heart with me, Sibongile Mofokeng, with you up until 3 o'clock. I'm not alone. I'm with Reverend Ernest Kgwadi and Reverend Archibald Malungwane. We are talking about choosing the right. Now it doesn't make sense after what you've said. Choosing the right partner. I have to say it ngomshosha phansi manje. Ingaveleli phezulu.
With a very low tone.
Choosing the right. So we were still checking on the list that people would write on the list of traits they would like to see in that person that they are choosing.
Yeah.
Aren't there certain things that you can keep there? I mean, if maybe in the spiritual, like we've mentioned, does he love people around him when he's with you or when she's with you? How does he receive other people around you? I've heard of this one where men are concerned. Does he love his mother?
Wow.
Does he love his mother? So are there things that you can keep on the list and take out the superficial?
Yes, definitely. There are certain, let's say, from that list, things that which you can keep.
Okay.
And I want to also advise to say, as much as you have the list, remember I spoke about the wise counsel. Come to us, sit down with us, show us the list.
Okay.
Let's advise you.
Okay.
Yeah. Muruti Malungwane, they are here.
Yes.
People who went before you.
Yes.
They are here, Sibongile. You know, the Bible tells us, Proverbs 14, chapter 11, verse number 14. It says, in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. You know, this passage of scripture really speaks to all of us to say, inasmuch as you want to enter in this union, before you do that, you know, seek counsel. Get people who will speak to you, who will, you know, impart you, who will give you knowledge and understanding, who will show you. Because some of the elderly people, that which we are neglecting today because of, you know, we are overtaken by love, are the people who are going to be able to assist us a lot.
I remember last time, I think it was the both of you who said you only come in after the lobolas. So it's best to get the counsel before.
Before,
Yeah.
because what you are talking about, for instance, that you see on the TV, that show, you don't bring two people and try, and they're doing something very wrong there. Because these people make vows even before they know each other, and they get married. And then from there is done that they want to discover one another.
And now you have to honor the vows.
Which
as
is
well.
which is vice versa now.
Yeah.
And the practical part of it, this is what we see, the confusion that we see now and the conflicts that they are in, you know. So it's very, very important that from the scratch, from the beginning, as Ms. Muruti Kgwadi has said, from the beginning, seek for advice. You know, I told my daughter, she takes it as a joke. I said, when you find someone, bring him here. Bring him here. I need to see who is this one, and I want to interview him. She says, Papa, no, I want to guide you.
That's powerful.
Yes.
I want to guide you. You're my daughter. I don't want you to come into a marriage and jump out at the end of the day. I want you, this thing, when you get into it, it should be permanent. You know, so that's how we should go. That's how far we can go these days, because people out there, as we have already said, really, in the multitude of counsel, this is what most of our young singers need today. Now, because they run away from counsel, it's a problem.
But now, Mfundisi Malungwane, coming back to talking to the person your daughter is dating or she wants to date, for example, I've heard somebody saying, then who's getting married? Me or or the family. So when I choose, I'm choosing for me, Musa. I'm not choosing for my father. So how does that one work?
Yeah, but you see, the problem is that when they've got problems, I'll be involved, like it or not.
Yeah.
You know what
Daddy,
I'm talking about.
Daddy.
Yes. So because
it might be the Mkoyan who says, "Hey, Papa, come."
do you get what
Your
I'm
daughter.
saying? Your daughter. Yeah. So it's best that we talk with this guy.
Yeah.
And we have some little bit of hard questions where we engage, and it's good because it be man to man. Because I'm a man, he's a man. So as he get into this thing, I can talk even from experiences of the challenges that he's going to come across. And he needs to know that he is not marrying a perfect person. I don't want him to say, "Kimwanam root." And when the problems comes up, then wanam root. So I don't want that person anyale from concept or kimwanam root to perfect.
Yeah.
Because when people do that, they are doing a lot of mistakes. So it's so important that immediately when you're looking for a partner, before you can even engage, look for people
Godly
to talk to you.
counsel.
Yeah, godly counsel is very important.
I think,
Yeah.
just to add on what
Yes,
Muti
Ma.
Malungwane is saying, Sibongile, the importance of godly counsel is that you are going to be given insights, advices. You are going to be enlightened,
Yeah.
as per the future you are entering into. Because people who are now, let's say, in courtships, I will put it like that.
Yes.
We are in courtships. They look at what is happening now. They see things as they happen now. They don't realize the future. Or rather, let me say, they don't realize the reality of the future. Because once you commit, you are committing for a lifetime commitment. And this lifetime commitment, if you are not really prepared, you are going to be disappointed. Now true colors are coming out. The real person now surfaces. Then you are shocked to say, but I was not even aware that this person can do this. In marriages, most marriages, we're dealing with behavior, we're dealing with characters, we're dealing with anger, we're dealing with unfaithfulness, we're dealing with all the problems that you can think of. Those things, they are there, and this is the reality. They are manageable, they are controlled, but you need to be prepared to say, as you anticipate to enter in this union, please do realize that you are marrying a human being.
Yeah.
The very same person tomorrow can change, and he or she can give you other colors that which you never thought that even a Christian, even a pastor can do this.
And this is where then vows become important. And most people, when really come across conflicts, they don't look back to the vows they've made. Because they forget. You get what I'm saying? So those vows are very powerful. I don't know who wrote those vows, but they are for me, they are godly. Because they are preparing you that you are marrying a human being here, that anything can happen at any time. So you need to be prepared, when you make those vows. When you say for better, for worse, you must understand what you are saying, in sickness and in health. And we see people, when sickness comes,
the sickness is there.
So what Ernest Kgwadi is saying is very important to say to the singles. Know that what you are looking for is not just going to be honeymoon all the days. You must know there'll be tough times. So when you look for someone, know that this is a lifetime thing. I heard one of the ladies making a comment on the radio to be saying, people really banalisibiti. Looking at one person for 45 years, you see the concept of this person. It's a wrong concept because marriage is about lifetime. You must grow all together. You must change together. So it's important to the singles to prepare them.
Yeah.
You see, I personally, I'm growing old with my wife. I can't go for another young one, So they must know that when they want partners, they must be prepared for lifetime. This is not something temporal. It's a lifetime. And because this person is a human being, you need to know how to adjust in those bad days to keep with this person because ketile.
I also asked my mom at some point when I was coming up, I said, Mama, every day the same person. I think I'm going to be bored.
Yeah.
Aren't you going to get bored?
Yeah. But, to be honest, marriage is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this marriage it's an institution that is created by God. It's very beautiful. But on the other hand, Sibongile, being single is not a curse. Being single is not a shame. Being single is not a sin. In an actual fact, read 1 Corinthians chapter 7. And when you read verse number 7, Paul there speaks of singleness as a gift. And he says, I wish that all of you could be like me. But each of you has your own gift from God. Now, I want us to also address our single brothers and sisters to say, because you are single, it does not mean there is something wrong with
you.
There's absolutely nothing
I've
wrong.
heard brothers saying they feel the pressure from the married ones who would be calling them amfana and treating them in a certain way that doesn't show respect. I see Archibald Malungwane fixing the mic.
Yeah.
No, it's not on. It's not right. Because you don't have to marry because of pressure.
Yeah.
You don't have to find a partner because of what people are saying. And I think from what Ernest Kgwadi read, it's very important that people should relax. Those olden days during our time, there was pressure. If you are not married, uti pradu shatani.
It's still there, Murut. It's still there.
And sister, we are too far,
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So we need to from what Ernest Kgwadi is saying, I want to confirm it. Being single is not sin and is not wrong.
Never allow
Actually,
pressure.
it's even better. Because when Paul explained it, this very 1 Corinthians 7, and some of the things that we are discussing today, he says a married person is divided.
Yeah.
In serving the Lord and the husband.
Serving the...
Yeah, and there are a lot of challenges. That's what Paul says. But he says a single person is free to can serve the Lord the way he or she wants. But immediately when you get married, you get divided between your devotion to God and your partner. So it's important to understand that singles, you are in a better space. And I must say, we are not saying this because we are not there, because some of them are saying, Babu so it's nice for them because they are on the other side. They don't understand the heat that we are feeling, But according to God's word, it's so important that people should know that being single,
it's beautiful.
It's not a sin.
It's awesome.
It's beautiful. The desire to get married, it's something that God should come in and intervene. But if it doesn't happen, don't pressurize yourself.
And don't allow other pressures
Don't allow
as well.
other pressures to pressurize you unnecessarily.
That's correct. Being single is not a deficiency.
Yeah.
It is not a lack of something.
Yeah.
It is not a shortage of anything. It's a beautiful thing to be single. Unfortunately, the society
makes it
culture
like it's a sickness.
Makes it as though it is a problem.
Yeah.
How, we were groomed and so on, the pressure from, elderly people, even in the church, the elderly people in the church would, ask the same question and so on. And ultimately people will do mistakes. Some are given the gifts of being single, this gift, because it is a gift according to what Paul is saying.
Yeah.
Now, because of the pressure, you end up wanting to be in a relationship because you want to be welcomed or you want to belong to a certain group of people. You know, you spoke in your introduction, Sibongile, to say, you know, a bridesmaid,
bridesmaid throughout.
you know, throughout. And when is my time coming? You know, that pressure. But we need to educate our brothers and sisters so that we know, and all of us should know, that to be single, it's a blessing.
Okay.
And you are able still to continue serve the Lord.
So, to correct the myths that are there, we can never say to the Lord, I'm going back now, the woman that you gave to me, the man that you gave to me.
Do you get what I'm? Do you get that? Do you get that? And truly, if you can read very well that scripture, God didn't give this woman to her. God designed a woman.
He decided.
It's him who decided.
And
to
said, this is
say,
the
wow.
bone of my bones. Okay. Yeah, inclinto.
Because as I said last week, I think I like the statement made by Miles Monroe to say singleness is to be whole, is to be full, is to be you. And I like it because even when you marry, some of the problems that are created there within marriages is because people do not want to accept the wholeness of each other.
Okay.
That is why the Bible says it should be a companionship.
Okay.
You know, because the two people are full.
Yeah.
You don't get to your partner
50-50.
Yes, there's nothing like that. You get there to complement
Each
other, you know.
Okay.
And when you complement each other, it becomes powerful.
Okay.
I'm proud that I'm sitting here. My wife has 2 powerful degrees, but I just have a diploma. But we are compatible. There's no competition to say she's more intelligent than me. We are compatible to each other and we are serving with each other very well. So it's important that people, singles, must understand that as they look for partners, they mustn't look for partners from point of view of thinking that they'll be fulfilled by them. So what Ernest Kgwadi is saying is very important. Aushotika next. Don't think when you go to marriage you are going to be fulfilled
by the other person.
By the other person.
Okay.
It's something not.
I think Moruti
possible.
Malungwane has answered one of the questions because I was going to ask about intellectuality. Because others say, no, you can't. When the other one goes, you can't remain behind or whatever. And the world talks about compatibility. Now, but you're saying complementing.
Yes.
Complementing each other.
You complement each other. Now, being single, I would also add there to say, you know, it is a spirit-enabled capability to live a fulfilled, undistracted life, a life that is devoted to God. You know, so you are not distracted by anything.
Okay.
But in the life of a married couple, there are so many distractions. Even that life as well will honor the Lord in its own way. You know, a single person will also honor the Lord in his or her own way. That is why when you are single,
night prayers,
yes,
go to concerts,
you do ministry the way you are free, you know. But if you are married,
you have to inquire first.
You have to get the permission first.
Visa. Okay, let's take a break and then come back to answer this question. How do you know that you are ready now to settle down? How do you know? I've heard of back then, brothers would say, I don't want to walk alone anymore. Hey, my hand needs to touch someone.
Yeah.
I don't. And there was that song, "Wanna Wake Up with You." Wanna wake up.
That's a song I play during my reception.
Okay. Let's take a break. We're coming back.
Pulpit needs you to survive and thrive.
Umkhuleko olungileyo unamandla. Qhubeka ukhulekele iRadio Pulpit nomsebenzi esiwenzayo kuNingizimu Afrika nomhlaba wonke.
That is an awesome one from one of us. To me, be you reign forever. And the time, 23 minutes, just before 2. At 2 o'clock, we give you the news. And after 2, we're talking Alzheimer, dementia with Sir Macmillan Kondowe. And right now, I'm with Reverend Archibald Malungwane and Reverend Ernest Kgwadi. We're talking about finding the right partner. Okay. Yo, Mudimu. Help us to get a new way of phrasing it. Help us to get a new way of phrasing it. But how do I know that I'm ready now to settle down? What will tell me that I'm ready?
Well, Sibongile, abantu abafani. That's the first thing. People are not the same.
Right.
And we cannot, my view is
Paint
that
everyone with the same
with the
brush.
same, yes, and to say now. But let me tell you about me.
Okay, sir.
As I was growing up, just naturally, I just knew this is the time for me to marry.
Yeah.
You know, I'm lacking the correct word, but nature will dictate, will tell you. You just feel it. It will happen. No one will come to you and say, you are ready. But as you mature, as you develop, as you grow, when that times come, you will know. You will
even without a partner at that moment.
Yeah, you will just know that this is now the time for you to marry. Nature will dictate to say, you know, even biologically speaking, you know, your body will react somehow to show that now you are ready to commit in a relationship. Now, there will be followed by other processes to say you have to start praying and maybe talking, seeking counseling and so on. But as you grow, yes, I believe we will just know without someone telling you to say
with us.
It is.
With us, since we were 3 years old, we played umshado. So the two dolls should be the one that wears like a man, and
the preparatory stage that one, Sibongile. Remember, you know, the physiology, your physiology, as you grow, you know, your body changes and so on. But while you are still young, you play with dolls and so on. I am mama so and so on. That is, you know, the mind preparing, you know, for the future.
And I think the second thing from the lady's point of view, the maturity again counts. How matured are you to can accept someone, especially from the lady's point of view? You need to mature enough to understand your space as a woman. That am I really prepared and ready? Because I have to leave. You know, it's worse with you ladies. You must leave and cleave. Actually, the man must leave and cleave. But women, most of the time, they are
leave
more...
my father's house.
Women, they are more challenged than men. You know, men can decide as long as he can have money. That is why today we are having the same problem that people with money think they are ready and they are not ready. So maturity counts. You need to be mature enough what you are what you are looking forward to, what you want to engage into. You know, you need to know that now I'm ready, that I can engage into this thing, and I know that now I can go, I can stay in this thing. So immaturity, it's very, very important.
Shouldn't be determined by the soul piece.
It shouldn't be determined by that. And it shouldn't be determined by saying, manje sengifuna ukushada. Maturity must be there to know ukuthi uzifaka kwini. So it's so important with immaturity idlale irole yayo. This is where then you are able, as we have already said, you need that godly counseling now, you know, to say, am I ready now? Because remember, from what you have said, Kgwadi, remember, you don't go to men. Men are coming to you. And you are proposed by different kind of men. So you need to know your stature. You need to know, You know, ukuthi, are you ready enough? Nalozo ngempela uthi sekunguye. You need to know enough. So, immaturity is very important. Let me make a simple example.
Yes, sir.
You know, my daughter's about more than 25 years now. And I saw this young man, I knew him from another church. And now I see he visits my girl. He comes with these beautiful cars. He drives these big cars. You know, he'll come there, date my girl. They go to a restaurant at night. They come back. He buy presents. You know. Then I'm looking at this and I'm saying, what's up here? You know, the mother said, hey, we don't know what's happening. But because she's a grown-up, let's give her a chance. You know. So one day when I was in the house, I saw her with a bouquet of flowers going to the dustbin. You know, she threw it with anger in the dustbin. You know? And then I asked the mother, said, hey, I saw something strange today. What's happening? She says, that guy, she thinks he can play me.
Yeah.
I know myself, I'm a child of God.
Yeah.
He wants things that I shouldn't do before I get married.
Oh, my.
And he wants to buy me with material.
Oh, my.
And the material that he's owning is not his, it's his father's.
Yo.
He can change different cars and smell nice, but he owns nothing.
Oh, my.
So he can't charm me.
Yeah.
So I've made up my mind, I'm jumping out.
Let's hear a family member. I see Muruti Kgwadi is coming. Yo.
Maturity.
Let's hear me.
So I don't know what. I never spoke to her, but I don't know. It's just
Okay, Makhatebe, we can't hear. Can you please resend because there's a lot of wind around there or some disturbance and Muruti says network as well. Can you please resend so we can hear that message correctly from the person who is, I'm not quite sure if it's Ma who is sending it or if it's the daughter, but please can you re-record it quickly and send it whilst Bomfundisbala before they go because I won't be able to respond to that. The country is taking us to another level, though. Muruti said they are coming to us, we are not going to them. Now the country says men can take our surnames. Okay, we are not in that. We are not in that. But I foresee things coming to things moving because it was like, yo, you proposed a man before. Now it's going to be easy because now he can take my surname.
Yeah.
And things, it's like things are moving and changing, and the church and the culture traditionalists are like, no ways.
The church is adapting. Yeah. Now, Sibongile, I wanted to make a comment with regards to the question of how now do you know you are ready?
Okay.
To add, to say, you know, Pastor Malungwane spoke something about maturity. And then, and I said, you know, you will just know that you are now ready. You know, nature will dictate, will tell you.
Okay.
And then to add on that, let's also talk about emotional readiness.
Yeah.
When we address the aspect of emotional readiness, are you able to control your emotions? That's another aspect.
Oh, you'll be angry for months and months
for months and months.
Yes.
Yes. Now, if you are able to tolerate someone else, if you are able to say, I am sorry, but if you can't say, I am sorry, then to me, I would say you may not be ready.
Okay.
You know, marriage, you know, is for men, not for boys.
It's for women,
It's
not for girls.
women, not for girls.
Okay.
These are individuals who are able to come down to the level of an ordinary man and woman to be able to say, I apologize. I am wrong. To be able to control your anger and your emotions, even under intense, you know, fears, anger and emotional struggle and so on, but you will still be able to say, I apologize. People who will be able to know when to speak and when to be quiet.
Sure.
You know, if we can be aware of such, then I would say, yes, you are ready. Because marriage, there are difficulties. And in those difficulties, there needed a person who is able to keep quiet at the right time and to answer
At the right
also
time.
at the right time.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of somebody who's also calm and very calm in all instances, and not listening to answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you're talking about somebody who's listening to understand and then respond.
Yes. So it's very important, because maturity, as I make an example with my daughter.
Yes.
Then I asked her after some days that, now what's the decision? She says, no, Dad, I want to build myself. I don't want to go into a marriage with nothing.
Sure.
I want to go there understanding who I am, so that in turn I can be able to stand. I don't want to go there and be a beggar.
Yeah.
That, to me, that's maturity.
Yeah.
To say, I don't want to go there, get inside a marriage because I want to, and
But-
I'm inside there, I haven't developed myself, so I'm not ready for now.
Yeah.
I want to work out at myself and be well up there, matured enough. When I get in there, I'm full in this thing.
Let's hear if it's clear now.
Hi, Sibongile, sorry for this. I was saying that I have an uncle. I am married, so he actually asked me to respect him. He's not married, but he's staying with a boyfriend, and they even had a child now, and then this has been for years. So he says they can't just watch her and
Oh
tell her
my.
what to do. Because he needs her to get married, and that's the right thing according to the church and all.
Okay, I'm not quite sure if
I
I can. You
Sibongile,
can
sorry
hear.
for this. I was saying that I have an uncle. I am married, so he actually asked me to respect him. He's not married, but he's staying with a boyfriend, and they even had a child now, and then this has been for years. So he says they can't just watch her
Oh
and
my.
tell her.
I don't know if you are able to hear.
No.
Very small.
I think we hear the ambience of the room. Family. Um, sure. I don't know. I don't know. Let me do this. I think I do have a plan.
to approach them and talk to them. But if they insist to say, no, we are okay, people are worried about us not getting married, but we are
So
definitely
it goes
okay.
to their readiness.
It
Okay.
goes to their readiness.
All right. Even when it comes to getting married, it goes with readiness.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, some families also would want you to get married ASAP. O godile, you are 26. Re batla ditlogolo.
Yes, yes.
Pressure, yeah.
And they put pressure.
And it's as if it's something that you can decide and
Yeah.
do it tomorrow.
Should families now, as we're closing, we're left with 2 minutes. Should families also do the, what do we call it again? Matchmaking and bringing the two together? Or you want it for another session?
Let's take it for another session.
Please.
Yeah.
It's a topic on its own.
But in closure, Muruti, Ernest, what do you say in closure?
Yes, in closure, let us seek the Lord. Let us allow the Lord to guide us. Let us pray continually so. Let us trust that God is always listening to us and God will not fail us.
All right.
Yes.
Muruti Malungwane, there's a question for you here. Please ask Muruti Malungwane. He said a person needs to do checks on the family of the spouse to be. How long should that go? As in closure, Muruti?
It will depend of how long it depends on them. It doesn't have a specific timing, but the exposure is very important. It depends how long they will take, especially when they reach a point of seriousness.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to. They have to reach